Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states and Puerto Rico, founder of CGO, contractual guarantees only. We only consider annuities for what they will do, not what they might do. Today's topic is a good one, how annuities can take care of your family. I'm going to give you some personal insights on that because, yes, Stan the Annuity Man has a family, and I do use annuities to help with that. We're going to do all of that in detail after this. All right, so we're talking about how annuities can take care of your family. What are annuities? Annuities are contracts. They're contractual guarantees that solve for four things. Those things are an easy to understand acronym called PIL that I've developed. P stands for principal protection, I stands for income for life, L stands for legacy. The other L stands for long-term care. So how do annuities take care of your family? If, principal protection, income for life, legacy, long-term care. Let me give you a personal story. I have two daughters at the time of this taping, 30 and 28, and who knows if Social Security is going to be here when they get older. And I also know that as long as I'm here, as long as I'm hitting on all cylinders, the family's fine. Everyone's fine. I'm going to take care of them. It's going to be good. But when I pass away, there's some things that need to happen to take care of my family. My wife, the lovely Christine, we call her the queen of 38 years, she could care less about markets, annuities, anything financial. She just wants to see the kids, the grandkids, and travel to Europe and all that stuff, which is great. So, Stan, how do you do this for your family? Well, like I said, as long as I'm okay, things are okay with the family. But within the trust that we've set up, when I pass away, that's the trigger point, then there will be single premium immediate annuities for lifetime income purchased for both of my daughters at that time when I die. Same thing for my wife. She can do what she wants. Obviously, she's the queen, but I'm going to give instructions for her to do the same thing by a single premium immediate annuity for that lifetime income stream. If all of the MYGAs that we own, and those are multi-year guarantee annuities, fixed rate annuities, CD annuities that the queen and I own that just grow and compound tax deferred. So that's how I use annuities to take care of my family. Now, there's a lot of people out there that, like the queen and myself, she doesn't care about anything in the financial world. Now, fortunately, the Annuity Man is a phenomenal growth stock and it's doing fine. So we really don't need to put in place lifetime income products right now, but you might need to do that. Taking care of your family means taking care of your spouse. Taking care of your family means joint lifetime income, meaning that when you pass away, the income continues uninterrupted and unchanged for your spouse's life. And we can put a backstop in there so that not one penny will go to the annuity company, it'll go to your family, even though the annuity company, is on the hook to pay for as long as you're breathing. Remember, annuities, the primary thing they're going to solve for your family is lifetime income, because annuities, there's 10 types, so there's 4 types of those 10 that provide lifetime income guarantees. It's the only product category on the planet that does that. You already own the best one, best annuity, Social Security, and it adjusts for inflation. Fantastic. No one says they hate Social Security, but somehow everyone seems to hate annuities. That's crazy. Lifetime income is the game. Now, there are some situations taking care of your family might mean just principal protection. That's another way that I do that for my family with non-qualified money, profits from the company. The queen and I buy MYGAs in big, big lumps. And those grow and compound tax deferred in a non-IRA account, non-qualified checking account type money. But you can also use MYGAs, which are CD annuities. I call them annuity bonds because that's how they work, like a bond, but the underlying value doesn't fluctuate. You can use them in Roth IRAs, regular IRAs, but the way that I do that for my family, maybe that's something you need to consider, is putting it away, and if you want to peel off the interest, you can, but if you don't, it just grows and compounds tax deferred. Now, that's what the queen and I have the majority of our money in, and you got to say, well, wait a minute, Stan, your daughters are going to have this big tax bomb at the end if you guys don't do something with all those MYGAs. I don't care. They're going to be okay. Okay, they can pay the taxes with the huge lump sum that they're going to get. But what I want to put in your mind is the contractual guarantees of annuities, either for principal protection, Income for life, legacy, and long-term care. The MYGA play that we're doing right now, that's kind of a legacy play for the Queen and I. But you can also, too, with long-term care, there are long-term care annuities, not only simplified issue, but also guaranteed issue, that can cover and help the family with those long-term care type coverage needs. All right? So when you're thinking annuities, think contracts. When you're thinking annuities, you're thinking transfer risk. When you're thinking annuities, think about you and your family. Think about what's going to happen when you die. I know that's tragic, but think about it. What needs to happen contractually when you die? What can you put in your trust as a directive that's got to happen when you die? Like with me, my two daughters, they will have to, via the trust directives, buy a single premium immediate annuity for lifetime income payments. Now, they might hate me because they're not getting this huge lump sum. They're getting other lump sums. They'll be okay. But this is a guaranteed pension payment. I think one of the biggest gifts that you can give to your family is the gift of lifetime income. I mean, that's fantastic. I'll give you another example that's interesting. I had a grandfather the other day, and he said, he's like 81, 82, and he wanted to do an immediate annuity joint life with his grandchildren, so one for each. And when I think they were like 7, 9, 13, whatever, we did a joint life payment. You go, well, that didn't make any sense then because he's 80 and they're young and the annuity company doesn't care about him, but they only care about the kids. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly how that took place. Now, we'd have to get on the phone and talk to me about how we did the taxes and how we structured everything. But Grandpa wanted to put a lifetime income stream for the kids in place. I'm thinking about that now. I'm a newly minted grandfather. My grandson at the time of this taping is getting ready to turn 2. I'm sure down the road I'm going to be doing those type of things for my grandson. Hopefully he never works. I told someone the other day, there's not any bootstraps in our family. There's not going to be anybody pulling themselves up for the bootstraps. Now you're saying, well, Stan, that's not being a good parent. You're not teaching the value. Screw that, okay? I lost years of my life grinding to get to this point to be able to provide the umbrella of capitalism that they, in my opinion, deserve. So how can annuities take care of your family? They can take care of your family contractually. Not hypothetically, not theoretically. And in most cases, you're not buying something now for them. You are buying something in the future or something that's triggered with the trust. Now, there are some situations that there are some special needs children that need to be taken care of as well. The expert in that, I've done that for clients for decades on how to set things up. Again, as long as you're living, everything's fine, but when you pass away, then things need to be set up. And I work in conjunction with CPAs, fee-only planners, tax lawyers to make sure that it's done correctly and so that your legacy is just more than what you've done name-wise or in business or at the church or whatever. I want your legacy to be a little bit more financial than that. We can do that, especially in the income side, but I want you to think about that, all right? Go to my site, theannuityman.com. There's a schedule call button that you can hit, and you can get me. If you want me, demand me, you can get me. My schedule's pretty tight, but I'd love to speak with you one-on-one about how to take care of your family using annuities and using the contractual guarantees that they provide and using the transfer risk as peace of mind to provide that, okay? You can go to my site again and get the books and download those books for free. You can run quotes 24/7, 365. Last thing, I did a video, and it's really been popular, so I want kind of pointing people to this one again, is what is better than an annuity in retirement? You'll see a countdown clock, and you should hit that and read and listen to it. Read it if you want to see the transcript. But view it just because annuity salespeople are like, annuities are great, they're the best thing ever. Depends on your goal. It depends on your goal. So check that video out. I hope that you engage with us. Consider being a client. We'd love to help you out. I have the biggest staff on the planet located in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I am here for you if needed. I think that's about it. I think I did a pretty good job. Pat myself on the back. See you next time.